Have you ever felt like you were meant for something bigger, but you just can't seem to get there? Like there's an invisible force holding you back no matter how hard you try? Deep inside, you know you have untapped potential. Your ambitions, your dreams, your future, waiting for you to claim it. Yet somehow, it seems just out of reach. What if I told you that the key to unlocking all that potential is already inside you, and that everything you need to break through is in your control right now? The truth is, the biggest barrier between where you are and where you want to be is not the lack of talent or opportunity. It's something much more powerful. Your own mind. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your fears. You see, the psychological traps you've been conditioned to believe are the only things holding you back. Society, your past failures, your doubts. They all work together to build a mental prison, a trap that keeps you from moving forward. But here's the catch. That trap doesn't actually exist. It's all a lie your mind tells you to keep you comfortable, to keep you in the same place. And the moment you recognize that, everything can change. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to stay in your comfort zone, to settle for the life you have, even when you know there's more out there for you? It's because comfort is an illusion. It feels safe, but in reality, it's the enemy of growth. Comfort keeps you stuck in the same routine, in the same patterns. But deep down, you know that's not enough. You were meant for more. You were meant to live with purpose, to be exceptional, to make a difference. But to do that, you have to break free from the chains of your own mind. So why don't we break free? Why don't we just take action and unlock that potential? It's simple. Fear. Fear of failure. Fear of the unknown. Fear of not being good enough. Fear is the biggest enemy we face. But fear is also the very thing that holds the key to your success. When you push through fear, that's when you step into greatness. When you face it head on, you realize it has no power over you. Fear is a mental barrier, and once you shatter it, nothing can stop you. The first step to unlocking your potential is recognizing that you already have the power to succeed, the power to overcome, the power to grow. It's all inside you, waiting for you to take control. But it all starts with belief. You have to believe in yourself before anyone else will. You have to trust in your own abilities and stop doubting your worth. Belief is the foundation of everything. Without it, nothing else matters. You've probably heard the phrase, the only limits are the ones you place on yourself, but have you ever truly stopped to think about what that means? Every single limit you believe you have is a story you've told yourself. Every I can't is simply an excuse you've accepted. What if you decided today to stop believing those stories? What if you chose to believe that your potential is limitless? That no matter where you start, no matter how many times you fail, you can reach the top. You see, success doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey, and that journey begins with a single choice. The choice to believe in yourself. The choice to push past the doubts, the fears, and the negativity that surround you. It's about deciding that you won't settle for anything less than greatness. It's about recognizing that you have the strength, the courage, and the power to create the life you've always dreamed of. But first, you need to take the leap. This is where many people falter. They let their fears control them. They stay stuck, waiting for the perfect moment to act. But let me tell you something, the perfect moment doesn't exist. It's an illusion. The only moment you have is now. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your willingness to take action today. No more waiting, no more hesitation. Now is the time to step up, break the chains, and unlock your true potential. Now, I know it's not going to be easy. It never is. But let me ask you this. What's the cost of staying where you are? What's the cost of settling for less than what you know you're capable of? Is it worth it to keep living the same life day after day, feeling unfulfilled, knowing that you have the power to be so much more? The discomfort you feel right now, the frustration, the yearning for more, that's your potential speaking to you. It's calling you to rise, to break free, and to step into the life you deserve. That voice inside you, the one that keeps whispering you can do more, that's the truth. The truth that you are capable of achieving far beyond what you can imagine. All it takes is for you to believe it. But here's the thing, you can't unlock your potential alone. You need to surround yourself with the right mindset, the right influences, and the right actions. And that's exactly why you need to keep watching this video. Because as you move through the next steps, you'll learn how to break through your mental barriers, how to face your fears head on, and how to build the belief and discipline necessary to achieve the greatness you're destined for. So don't stop now, keep watching, and let's break down the walls that have been holding you back. Your potential is waiting for you, but it's up to you to unlock it. And it all starts with a decision. Will you make it today? Have you ever found yourself trapped by your own mind, feeling like you're stuck in a loop, unable to escape? The worst part about this trap is that you don't even realize you're in it. You've been conditioned to believe that your life is just the way it is, that the struggle, the discomfort, and the limitations are normal. But here's the truth. This is not your reality. It's all a product of the way your mind has been shaped over the years. From the moment we're born, society starts molding us. We're told what's possible, what's not, what we should want, and how we should act. From school to work, relationships, and everything in between, we're given a set of rules to follow. And somewhere along the way, we start to believe that these rules define us. We start to think we can't break out of them, that we're trapped in this cycle forever. But the only thing keeping you in that trap is your own acceptance of it. The moment you choose to challenge the narrative you've been given, you start breaking free. Think about this for a second. You were never meant to follow the crowd. You weren't born to live a life of mediocrity, to accept things as they are without ever questioning them. You were born with the ability to think for yourself, to break away from the mold, and to create your own path. The only reason you've stayed stuck in this cycle is because you've accepted what others have told you is true. But today, right now, you have the power to reject that. The mind is an incredibly powerful tool, but it can also be your biggest enemy. It's easy to let negative thoughts take control, to let your past mistakes define your future, and to believe that you're not good enough to achieve what you truly desire. This is the trap, letting your mind control you instead of you controlling your mind. But the moment you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your life. The real question is, are you ready to break free? The first step in breaking this mental trap is awareness. You have to recognize that you're in it. You have to admit to yourself that the life you've been living is not your true potential, that you've been holding yourself back. Awareness is the foundation of change. Once you see the trap for what it is, you can begin to dismantle it, piece by piece. But awareness alone is not enough. Action is key. Knowing that you're trapped is only the beginning. You have to take steps every single day to change the way you think. Start by confronting your fears. Start by doing the things you've been avoiding because of self-doubt. When you do this, you'll realize something incredible. You're not as trapped as you thought you were. In fact, you were never trapped at all. It was only the illusion of fear, doubt, and societal expectations that kept you in that cage. One of the most powerful ways to break free is to embrace discomfort. We've been conditioned to avoid discomfort at all costs. We seek comfort in our jobs, our relationships, our routine. But discomfort is where growth happens. It's where the magic happens. When you step out of your comfort zone and push yourself to do things that challenge you, you unlock a version of yourself that you never knew existed. You find strength, resilience, and determination that were buried deep inside you all along. Growth happens in discomfort. And that's where you'll find the power to break free from the mental trap. But breaking free from this mental prison is not just about facing your fears. It's about changing the way you think about yourself. You have to stop believing the lies that you're not good enough, not capable enough, or not worthy of success. These are just stories your mind has told you over the years, and now it's time to rewrite that story. Here's the truth. You are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. The only thing standing between you and your goals is the belief that you can't do it. The moment you choose to believe in yourself, everything changes. You see, the most successful people in the world are not the ones who are born with talent or luck. They are the ones who refuse to accept limitations. They are the ones who believed deep down that they could achieve greatness no matter what. And that belief is the difference between success and failure. It's time to stop thinking small. Stop limiting yourself with doubts and fears. You were born to do extraordinary things. Your potential is not limited by your past, your circumstances, or what anyone else says. Your potential is unlimited, and the only thing that has ever stood in your way is the way you think about yourself. The next time you face a challenge, remember this. It's not a roadblock. It's an opportunity. Every difficulty, every struggle, every setback is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are stronger than your fears, smarter than your doubts, and more capable than you ever thought possible. It's all a test, and the way you respond will determine your success. You see, the mental trap you've been stuck in is not real. It's a story you've accepted without question, but now you have the chance to write a new story, a story of strength, resilience, and limitless potential. Every time you face a challenge and push through it, you rewrite your story. Every time you take action, you break free from the chains that have held you back. And every time you choose to believe in yourself, you move one step closer to the life you've always dreamed of. This is your chance. Your time is now. The mental trap is waiting for you to realize that it doesn't control you. You control it. Break free today, take action, and start living the life you deserve. The world is waiting for you to step into your power. Are you ready to answer the call? Do you know what separates the dreamers from the doers? It's not talent, not luck, and not the circumstances they were born into. It's focus. The power to block out the distractions, the noise, and everything that doesn't align with your goals. It's the ability to stay fixated on what matters, to prioritize what you want over what is comfortable. And yet, so many of us fail to tap into this incredible power. We get distracted, we chase after fleeting desires, listen to the opinions of others, and ultimately we lose sight of the bigger picture. But what if you could change that? What if you could develop the power of relentless focus and use it to unlock your true potential? Here's a truth. The world is filled with distractions. Every day your mind is bombarded with things trying to pull your attention in 1,000 different directions. Social media, work demands, family obligations, and countless other things fight for your time and energy. But none of these things are your real goal. The key to achieving greatness is learning how to block out the noise and focus on what truly matters to you. Focus is like a laser, sharp, intense, and unstoppable. It doesn't waver. It cuts through all the distractions, and when you direct it towards your goals, nothing can stand in your way. Now, ask yourself, how much time do you waste every day on things that don't move you forward? It's easy to fall into a routine, to live passively, letting the hours slip by without any real progress. We're all guilty of it at times, but if you really want to achieve something significant, you must reclaim your time and invest it wisely. Time is your most valuable resource. The way you choose to spend it will determine the life you create. If you squander it on things that don't align with your vision, then you're only hurting yourself. But if you direct your time towards your dreams, every single moment becomes an investment in your future. It's not enough to be busy. Being busy doesn't mean you're productive. It just means you're filling up your time with non-essential activities. To truly unlock your potential, you must develop the ability to focus relentlessly on the things that matter. This means learning to say no to the distractions that have no purpose other than to derail you from your path. It's easy to get caught up in things that seem urgent, but most of these things won't even matter in the long run. It's the long-term vision that should drive your actions every single day. Here's the challenge. Set a goal and never let it go. Hold on to it tightly no matter what. It might get tough. It might take longer than you expected. The road may not always be smooth, but if you keep your focus sharp and your determination strong, you will reach your destination. The moment you lose sight of your goal is the moment you give up your power. Focus on your end result. Focus on the feeling of success. Focus on the person you want to become. When you keep your eyes on the prize, the journey becomes much easier to endure. There's a simple truth that successful people understand. Focus brings clarity. When you focus on one thing at a time, you eliminate confusion. You clear your mind of all the unnecessary clutter. You stop trying to do everything at once, and instead, you make progress in a clear direction. Most people spread themselves too thin, trying to juggle multiple things at the same time. But this only leads to burnout and frustration. True success is about consistency, not perfection. You don't need to do everything at once. You just need to do the right things every single day with relentless focus. Let's think about the most successful individuals for a moment. They don't let their minds wander. They don't waste their energy on things that don't align with their mission. They're not distracted by what others are doing. They don't check social media every 5 minutes or respond to every little interruption. They block out the noise and give their full attention to the work that matters. And it's this single-minded focus that separates them from the rest. Their success is a result of their ability to focus on one thing and to give it everything they've got. It's time to get serious about your goals. It's time to stop half-assing your dreams. You have to be all in. Focus like your future depends on it, because it does. Every minute you waste is a minute you'll never get back. Every second of distraction is a second that could have been spent building your dream life. The path to success requires you to put in the work, but it also demands you to eliminate distractions. Don't allow your mind to wander into the land of procrastination. When you wake up, your mission should be clear. When you go to bed, you should know that you've made progress. If you want to achieve something great, you must start treating your focus like it's sacred. Your focus is your most precious asset. Guard it with everything you've got. And when you're tempted to give in to distractions, remind yourself of what you want. Ask yourself, is this distraction going to bring me closer to my goals, or is it just a way to waste time? It's not easy, it never is. But the hardest things in life are the ones that are most worth it. Focus will set you free. It will free you from procrastination, free you from mediocrity, and free you from the endless cycle of what ifs and could have beens. It will give you the clarity you need to keep pushing, even when the road is tough, even when you're tired, and even when you feel like giving up. But if you commit to developing relentless focus, you will see results. You will achieve things you never thought possible. The power of focus is the key to unlocking your potential, the key to stepping into the life you've always dreamed of. Now is the time to take control. Reclaim your focus. Focus on your dreams. Focus on your future. And never, ever let it go. Have you ever felt like giving up? Have you ever thought that the struggle is just too much to handle? The truth is, we all go through tough times. We all face obstacles that seem insurmountable. But what if I told you that the pain, the struggle, and the setbacks you experience are not your enemy? They are your greatest allies. Pain is not a sign of defeat, it's a sign of growth. And if you learn to embrace it, you will unlock the power to push forward, break through barriers, and achieve the unthinkable. Here's the key to transforming your pain into power. You have to shift your mindset. When faced with difficulties, most people let the pain consume them. They get overwhelmed by it. They become victims of their circumstances. They focus on how hard things are, and they start to believe that they can't go any further. But that's the moment where the choice lies. Will you let pain break you, or will you use it to build you? The difference between the winners and the losers is how they handle pain. Successful people understand that pain is a necessary part of the process. No one achieves greatness without going through hardship. Every setback, every failure, and every painful moment is a stepping stone. It's a part of the journey. But most importantly, it's an opportunity to grow stronger, tougher, and more resilient. Pain has the power to make you stronger, but only if you decide to use it as fuel. It's easy to want to avoid pain, to look for shortcuts, to seek comfort, to avoid facing the hard stuff. But success is never found in comfort zones. Success is born out of the fire of adversity. When you push through the pain, you come out on the other side more powerful than you ever thought possible. The more you embrace your pain, the more you learn from it and the more you grow. Consider this. Every time you feel like quitting, every time you face adversity, you're being tested. And how you respond to that test determines the path your life will take. If you back down, you'll stay stuck where you are. If you keep pushing, you'll level up. Pain is a test of your commitment. It's a test of your willpower. Will you let it defeat you, or will you rise to the occasion? The choice is always yours. It's important to understand that pain doesn't only come in the form of physical discomfort. Pain can be emotional, mental, or even spiritual. It might come from heartbreak, failure, rejection, or self-doubt. But the principle remains the same. Pain is a catalyst for growth. If you can withstand the emotional and mental pain, if you can keep moving forward despite the challenges, you will become unstoppable. Every painful moment builds your character and shapes you into someone capable of achieving greatness. This is where many people fall short. They don't see pain as an opportunity to grow. They see it as a setback, as something to avoid. But the truth is, avoiding pain only keeps you in your comfort zone, and that's where dreams die. You'll never grow by staying in a safe place. Growth happens when you challenge yourself. It happens when you go through discomfort and emerge stronger on the other side. Think about the greatest athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, or the individuals who have made history. They didn't get to where they are without suffering, without struggling, without facing some of the worst moments in their lives. But instead of letting those moments destroy them, they used them to fuel their journey. Every failure, every rejection, every setback was just another opportunity for them to become better. And that's exactly how you need to look at your pain. It's not a roadblock. It's a chance to level up, to prove to yourself that you have what it takes to overcome anything. Pain also teaches you humility. It keeps you grounded. When you face challenges, it reminds you that you're not invincible, that life is unpredictable, and that you need to keep learning, adapting, and growing. Pain makes you appreciate the victories more. It makes you more grateful for the times when things are going well, and most importantly, it teaches you that you are stronger than you think. If you can endure pain and keep going, you will have the strength to face anything life throws at you. But how do you stay motivated when things get tough? How do you turn the pain into something productive? The answer is simple. Find meaning in the struggle. When you understand that every hardship is part of a bigger purpose, it's easier to endure. You don't have to enjoy the pain, but you must recognize its value. Every challenge is shaping you into a better version of yourself. Every painful experience is a lesson that will help you achieve your dreams. One powerful mindset shift is to see pain as temporary. It's easy to think that the struggle will last forever, but the truth is, pain is often short-lived. It may feel overwhelming in the moment, but it will pass. What matters is how you respond. Will you stay in the pain, letting it define you, or will you use it to fuel your growth and move forward? The decision is in your hands. And here's another key. You don't have to go through it alone. Lean on your support system, whether it's family, friends, or mentors. Don't be afraid to ask for help when the pain becomes overwhelming. You don't have to carry it all by yourself. Strength is not just about enduring in isolation. It's about knowing when to seek help and allowing others to lift you up. Ultimately, pain is a choice. It's the choice to keep going when things get hard. It's the choice to push through the discomfort. It's the choice to use your pain as fuel for your journey. The most successful people didn't let pain define them. They defined their pain. They chose to grow through it, to learn from it, and to become stronger because of it. So, the next time you face pain, don't run from it, embrace it, use it. Let it fuel your journey. And remember, no matter how hard it gets, you're stronger than you think. Keep going, because your greatness is waiting on the other side of your pain. Do you believe in yourself, or do you often doubt your own abilities? The reality is, confidence is the key that unlocks all doors. Without it, even the most talented individuals can struggle to make their dreams a reality. But the moment you cultivate unshakable confidence, that's when you start to see the world differently. You begin to understand that you have what it takes to succeed, no matter what stands in your way. Imagine walking into a room, knowing without a shadow of a doubt that you have everything it takes to conquer anything. What would that feel like? Confidence is the first step to everything you want in life, whether it's success in your career, in relationships, or in personal growth. Confidence isn't about thinking you're better than everyone else. It's about believing in your own abilities even when others doubt you. Here's the truth. No one who has ever achieved greatness did so without confidence. Confidence is the fuel that propels you forward when the road gets tough. It's the belief that even if you fall, you'll rise again. It's the refusal to let fear control your decisions or doubt hold you back from seizing opportunities. And the best part? Confidence is a skill you can build. It's not something you're born with. It's something you create within yourself through actions and mindset. Many people live their lives plagued by self-doubt. They spend their time comparing themselves to others, wondering if they're good enough, or questioning whether they'll ever be successful. But this kind of thinking is what holds them back. When you live in a state of doubt, you'll always hold yourself back from achieving your true potential. But when you break free from that doubt and start believing in yourself, your life will change forever. The first step to building unshakable confidence is to stop letting fear dictate your actions. Fear is the root of self-doubt. It tells you that you're not good enough, that you'll fail, that you shouldn't try at all. But fear is nothing more than a mental barrier. It doesn't have power over you unless you give it power. Confidence is about choosing to act despite your fear. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when your mind tries to convince you otherwise. Think about the times when you've taken risks, the times when you stepped out of your comfort zone. Those were the moments that shaped your confidence. When you faced your fear and pushed through it, you proved to yourself that you were capable of more than you thought. Confidence grows in the moments when you say, I can, even when everything around you says you can't. But confidence isn't just about action, it's about how you talk to yourself. Your internal dialogue has a massive impact on your self-belief. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you can't do something, then your confidence will remain low. But if you change the way you speak to yourself, everything shifts. Instead of saying, I can't do this, start saying, I'm learning, I'm growing, I will figure it out. Every positive thought you reinforce about yourself adds to your confidence. Another key to building confidence is learning from your failures. Most people think that failure is something to be feared, but the truth is, failure is just feedback. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to get better. every time you fail and get back up. You become more resilient. You build confidence because you prove to yourself that you can handle setbacks and bounce back stronger. Confidence isn't the absence of failure. It's the ability to persist despite it. If you look at anyone who has achieved greatness, you'll find that their path was filled with obstacles. The difference between them and others is that they refused to let failure define them. They saw failure as a stepping stone, not a roadblock. They kept going, they kept learning, and they kept building their confidence through every challenge they faced. They understood that failure was not something to fear, but something to embrace. But confidence isn't just about what you do in private. It's also about how you present yourself to the world. Your body language, your posture, the way you speak. All of these things send messages to the world about how you see yourself. When you stand tall, walk with purpose, and speak with conviction, others will see you as confident too. And when others see you as confident, they'll start to treat you with more respect and trust. Your outer confidence reflects your inner belief. One of the most important things to remember about confidence is that it's contagious. When you exude confidence, you inspire others to do the same. Your confidence has the power to motivate and uplift those around you. And as you continue to inspire others, your confidence will grow even stronger. It becomes a cycle. Your confidence grows as you take action, and in turn, it inspires others to believe in themselves too. So how do you build that unshakable confidence? It starts with small steps. Begin by taking action even when you feel afraid. Start facing your fears one step at a time. With each action, you will feel your confidence grow. Change the way you talk to yourself. Replace self-doubt with positive affirmations. Embrace failure as a learning opportunity. And remember that confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about believing that you can overcome anything that comes your way. The truth is, you are more capable than you realize. Your potential is limitless. The only thing standing in your way is your own belief in yourself. But once you develop unshakable confidence, you'll start to see opportunities everywhere. You'll take risks, you'll face challenges head on, and you'll achieve things you once thought were impossible. So what's stopping you? The only thing that can truly hold you back is the doubt you carry inside. Let go of that doubt. Embrace confidence and start showing up as the person you were always meant to be. Have you ever felt like something is holding you back, even though you know you're capable of achieving great things? It's as if there's an invisible barrier stopping you from reaching your full potential. The truth is, this barrier isn't physical, it's mental. It's the result of limiting beliefs, past experiences, and fears that control your thoughts and decisions. These mental chains are the real prison that keeps you from being the best version of yourself. Imagine for a moment that you're no longer held back by doubt or fear. Picture yourself breaking free from those mental chains and stepping into a version of yourself that is unstoppable. The moment you free your mind from these constraints, the world opens up to you. You see opportunities instead of obstacles. You take risks without the fear of failure. You trust yourself fully, knowing that whatever happens, you'll find a way to succeed. Your mind is a powerful tool, but it can also be your biggest enemy. So many people are stuck in their own heads, trapped by thoughts of inadequacy, past mistakes, or fear of the unknown. They tell themselves they're not good enough, that they'll never make it, that they don't deserve success. These are the lies that hold them back. These mental chains are built over time, but the good news is you have the power to break them. The first step in breaking free from these mental chains is recognizing that they exist. Awareness is the key to change. Most people walk through life unaware of the mental barriers they've created for themselves. These barriers come in many forms: fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough. But once you realize these are just thoughts, not facts, you can begin to challenge them. When you acknowledge that your fears and doubts are simply thoughts, you take away their power. Thoughts are not reality. They are just fleeting mental impressions. They don't define who you are, what you're capable of. Your true power lies in your ability to change the narrative in your mind. The story you tell yourself shapes your reality. So if you want to break free, you need to start telling yourself a new story. Start by replacing thoughts of fear and doubt with thoughts of possibility and belief. When fear tells you that you can't, you tell yourself that you can. When doubt whispers that you're not good enough, you remind yourself that you are more than enough. Every time a negative thought arises, replace it with a positive affirmation. Affirmations are not just words. They are declarations of your power. By repeating them daily, you begin to reprogram your mind to see yourself in a new light. But breaking free from mental chains also requires action. You can't just think your way to success, you must act your way there. The truth is, action is the antidote to fear. Every time you take a step forward, even when you feel uncertain, you prove to yourself that you are capable, and with each action, you break one more chain that has been holding you back. It's important to remember that progress is not always linear. There will be times when you face setbacks, when you doubt yourself, when the mental chains seem stronger than ever. But here's the secret, those moments are just part of the journey. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow and get stronger. The key is to keep moving forward, even when it feels difficult. The act of pushing through those challenges is what builds your mental toughness and breaks the chains. One of the most powerful ways to break free from mental chains is by confronting your fears head on. Fear thrives in the unknown. It gets stronger the more you avoid it. But when you face your fears, they lose their power. Start by taking small steps outside of your comfort zone. Each time you do something that scares you, you expand your limits. You prove to yourself that fear doesn't control you. Another way to break free is by changing your environment. You are the sum of the people you surround yourself with. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, self-doubt, or people who tell you that you can't succeed, those mental chains will only get tighter. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who uplift you, who believe in your potential, and who push you to be better, your mental chains will start to loosen. Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your mindset. One of the most powerful tools for breaking free from mental chains is gratitude. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. You stop focusing on what you don't have and start appreciating all that you do have. This simple shift in perspective can change everything. Gratitude is a powerful force that rewires your brain for positivity and success. Think about it. When you focus on gratitude, you stop worrying about what's not working in your life. Instead, you start recognizing all the opportunities around you. You begin to see the good, the potential, and the growth in every situation. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right, and that shift is powerful. But breaking free from mental chains isn't just about removing the negative, it's also about replacing it with the positive. You must fill your mind with empowering beliefs, with thoughts of possibility and growth. Surround yourself with books, podcasts, or videos that inspire and challenge you. Feed your mind with content that pushes you to be better and reminds you of your potential. The more you feed your mind with positive influences, the stronger your mental muscles become. There's a saying, your mind is a garden and your thoughts are the seed. You can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. If you want to break free from mental chains, you must choose to plant flowers. You must choose to cultivate a mindset of strength, belief, and possibility. In the end, the power to break free lies in your hands. You are the creator of your own reality. The chains that have held you back for so long can be broken, but it requires awareness, action, and belief. You must choose to free yourself from the mental traps that have kept you stuck. And once you do, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve everything they set their minds to, while others struggle to get started? The secret isn't in their talent, intelligence, or luck. It's in something far more powerful: self-discipline. If you want to take control of your life and unlock your full potential, you must master the art of self-discipline. Without self-discipline, success remains out of reach, no matter how hard you try. It's the driving force behind every successful person and the foundation of true personal power. Think about it for a moment. How many goals have you set for yourself but never followed through on? You start strong, motivated, but after a few days or weeks, your focus fades and you fall back into old habits. This is where self-discipline comes in. It's the ability to push through when your motivation fades. It's the strength to keep going when things get tough, and to stay focused even when distractions and challenges arise. Self-discipline is not about being perfect or always doing the right thing. It's about consistently making the right choices even when they're hard. It's about having the willpower to resist immediate pleasures for long-term gains. Self-discipline is about building habits that serve you, not just today, but for the rest of your life. The reason most people fail to cultivate self-discipline is because they don't understand how it works. They believe that it's something you either have or don't have. But the truth is, self-discipline is a skill. Like any other skill, it can be developed and strengthened with time and effort. Just like you wouldn't expect to become a professional athlete without consistent practice, you can't expect to be disciplined without putting in the work to build it. The The first step in mastering self-discipline is understanding that it all starts with your mindset. You must believe that you are in control of your actions and decisions. Your mind is the battleground for self-discipline. The stronger your mind, the more disciplined you will become. If you allow negative thoughts, excuses, or doubts to take over, they will sabotage your ability to stay disciplined. But when you believe that you are in control, you become unstoppable. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen your self-discipline is by setting clear, specific goals. Your discipline will lack direction. A goal is like a compass. It tells you where you're headed and keeps you focused on the path forward. When you set clear goals, you give yourself something to strive for, something to work toward, and something to hold you accountable. But goals alone aren't enough. You need to break them down into smaller, actionable steps. If you're trying to lose weight, your goal might be to lose 20 pounds. But how do you break that down into manageable actions? Maybe it's exercising for 30 minutes every day, cutting out sugar, or tracking your food intake. By breaking your goal down into small steps, you remove the overwhelm and make it easier to stay disciplined. Once you've set your goals and broken them into smaller steps, it's time to create a daily routine. Self-discipline thrives in routine. When you have a set routine, you don't leave anything to chance. Your day is planned out and you know exactly what needs to be done at every moment. This consistency is key to developing self-discipline. Your routine should include not only your work tasks, but also your health, relationships, and personal development. True discipline doesn't just focus on one area of your life, it's about balance. If you neglect your health or relationships while pursuing success, you will only feel unfulfilled in the long run. A disciplined life is a balanced life. It's also crucial to recognize that self-discipline requires sacrifice. There will be times when you have to choose between short-term pleasure and long-term gain. You might have to skip a night out with friends to stay home and study, or wake up early to exercise instead of sleeping in. These sacrifices might feel tough in the moment, but the rewards will far outweigh the temporary discomfort. Every sacrifice you make is an investment in your future. It's proof that you're committed to your goals, and that commitment will pay off in the end. One of the biggest challenges to self-discipline is dealing with temptation. Distractions are everywhere. Social media, TV, unhealthy foods, or negative influences. But when you master self-discipline, you learn to resist those temptations. You develop the ability to say no to things that don't serve your long-term goals. Saying no to instant gratification is one of the most powerful acts of self-discipline. Each time you resist temptation, you strengthen your willpower and become more disciplined. But there's one key element that will help you stay disciplined no matter how tough things get: accountability. It's easy to let yourself off the hook when you're working alone. But when you have someone holding you accountable, your discipline increases tenfold. Tell someone your goals, share your progress, and ask them to check in with you regularly. This simple step will keep you on track and prevent you from slipping back into old habits. Another powerful tool for self-discipline is self-reflection. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on your actions. Ask yourself, did I stay disciplined today? What could I have done better? Reflection helps you stay aware of your habits and behaviors. It allows you to recognize areas where you've improved and areas where you need to work harder. Self-reflection is a vital part of the growth process. It turns every day into an opportunity for improvement. But remember, discipline is not about perfection, it's about progress. There will be days when you slip up. You might miss a workout or eat something you shouldn't. That's okay. What matters is that you get back on track as soon as possible. Every day is a new chance to practice self-discipline. It's not about being perfect. It's about staying committed, learning from your mistakes, and moving forward. Over time, as you build your self-discipline, you'll notice something incredible. You'll start to feel empowered. The more disciplined you become, the more control you'll have over your life. You won't feel like a victim of circumstance anymore. You'll realize that your success is in your hands, and that the only thing standing between you and your goals is your ability to stay disciplined. Self-discipline is not just about achieving success, it's about becoming the person you were always meant to be. It's about unlocking your true potential and creating a life that reflects your strength, commitment, and determination. The more disciplined you become, the more powerful you will feel. And with that power, there is nothing you cannot achieve. So ask yourself, are you ready to take control of your life? Are you ready to master self-discipline and build the future you've always dreamed of? The choice is yours. Your power lies in your ability to act, to stay disciplined, and to keep moving forward. What's holding you back from achieving everything you want in life? Is it your circumstances, your lack of resources, or is it something deeper, something within your own mind? Most of the time, the biggest barrier between where you are and where you want to be is not the outside world, it's your own limiting beliefs. These are the stories you tell yourself, the rules you follow, and the fears that keep you from taking action. The truth is, you are your biggest obstacle. You're the one stopping yourself from reaching your fullest potential. It's easy to blame external factors for your struggles. Maybe you think you don't have enough money, enough time, or enough connections, but in reality, those things only matter if you let them. What really holds you back is your mindset. If you're constantly telling yourself, I'm not good enough, or I'm not capable of achieving that, then you've already set the stage for failure. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you don't believe in yourself, why would anyone else? So how do you break free from these self-imposed limitations? The first step is recognizing that these beliefs aren't facts. They're simply stories you've been telling yourself for years. They're based on past experiences, societal expectations, or fears of failure, but they don't define who you are or what you can achieve. You are not your beliefs. You are not the person you were yesterday, and you are certainly not the person others expect you to be. You are limitless, and it's time to start acting like it. To start dismantling your limiting beliefs, you must first identify them. Take a moment to think about the areas in your life where you feel stuck or where you've failed to take action. What are the beliefs that come to mind? Do you think things like, I'm not smart enough to start my own business, or I'll never be fit enough to run a marathon? These thoughts are not truth. They are the chains holding you back. Once you've identified these limiting beliefs, it's time to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this belief really true? What evidence do I have to support it? Most of the time you'll realize that the belief is based on fear or doubt, not actual facts. You are more capable than you think, but you've allowed fear to convince you otherwise. Take a moment to reflect on times in your life when you've overcome challenges, achieved things that seemed impossible, or pushed through doubts. These moments prove that your limiting beliefs are not who you are. They are just obstacles in your mind that can be removed. The next step is to replace these limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Every time a negative thought arises, challenge it with a positive, empowering affirmation. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, try saying, I am more than capable of achieving anything I set my mind to. Instead of thinking, I'll never be successful, say, I am constantly growing, learning, and getting closer to my goals every day. Your thoughts have the power to shape your reality, so make them work for you, not against you. But changing your beliefs isn't just about thinking positive thoughts, it's about taking action. Nothing will change until you start doing the things that challenge your beliefs and force you to grow. Action is the antidote to fear. When you take action, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. You break free from the self-imposed limitations and show yourself that you can achieve greatness. This is where consistency becomes crucial. You won't change your beliefs overnight, but with consistent effort, you will gradually shift your mindset. Each time you take action, no matter how small, you move closer to your goal. Each time you challenge a limiting belief and prove it wrong, you unlock a new level of confidence and strength. Over time, your self-doubt will shrink and your belief in yourself will grow. There will be setbacks, of course. There will be days when your fears resurface and when you start to doubt yourself again. But this is part of the process. The key is to keep going even when it feels hard. Resilience is the secret to overcoming limiting beliefs. When you keep moving forward despite the setbacks, you show yourself that you're not defined by your failures. You are defined by your ability to rise after each fall. It's also important to surround yourself with the right people. Your environment plays a massive role in shaping your beliefs. If you're constantly surrounded by people who reinforce your doubts and fears, it will be harder to break free. But if you surround yourself with people who believe in you, who push you to be your best, and who encourage you to take risks, you'll find it much easier to overcome your limiting beliefs. The right people will help you see your potential when you can't see it yourself. At the same time, it's important to limit your exposure to negative influences. This could mean cutting out toxic relationships, unfollowing people on social media who make you feel small, or avoiding environments that reinforce your self-doubt. Your mental environment needs to be as positive and empowering as possible. When you fill your life with positivity and encouragement, your beliefs will start to shift in the right direction. And finally, never stop growing. Personal growth is a lifelong journey, and you'll always have room to improve. The more you challenge yourself, the more you break through your limiting beliefs, and the more you unleash your true potential. When you commit to continuous growth, you'll find that the things you once thought were impossible become second nature. You'll reach heights you never thought possible, and your life will be transformed in ways you can't even imagine right now. Remember, the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. Once you break free from these limiting beliefs, you'll discover a version of yourself that is unstoppable, powerful, and capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. The power to change your life is in your hands. Now go out and make it happen. The world is changing rapidly. In the blink of an eye, technology, society, and even the way we think are evolving. Yet for many of us, one of the hardest things to do is embrace change. Change is uncomfortable. It forces us to step out of familiar territory and into the unknown. It challenges us to grow, adapt, and face the things that scare us the most. But here's the truth. Change is the only constant. Without it, there can be no progress, no growth, and no transformation. Now think about your own life for a moment. How often do you stick to what you know because it feels comfortable, safe, or easy? Most people spend the majority of their lives avoiding discomfort, staying in routines that don't challenge them. But staying comfortable is one of the biggest reasons people never reach their full potential. The truth is, the moment you step out of your comfort zone, you begin to unlock a world of new possibilities. Comfort is familiar, and familiarity feels safe. But just because something is comfortable doesn't mean it's beneficial. Staying in your comfort zone means staying stuck. It means missing out on opportunities to expand your skills, your mindset, and your life. It means avoiding the very challenges that will help you grow. When you play it safe, you're not just avoiding discomfort, you're also avoiding success. To experience real growth, you have to break free from the limitations of your comfort zone. You need to face the discomfort that comes with trying new things, learning new skills, and taking risks. It's only through discomfort that you build resilience, strength, and confidence. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who have learned to embrace change, not fear it. Here's the thing, fear of change is normal. It's natural to resist the unknown. We all fear what we don't understand. But just because you feel fear doesn't mean you should avoid it. Fear is a sign that you're about to grow. When you feel that nervous excitement, that anxiety before trying something new, it's because you're pushing yourself into new territory. That's where the magic happens. That's where the transformation begins. Imagine for a moment that you've been presented with an opportunity, a job, a move, a new project, or even just a decision to change your routine. What's the first thing that goes through your mind? If you're like most people, it's probably fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of what others might think. But what if you could look at fear not as something to avoid, but as something to welcome? What if you could see fear as an indication that you are on the right track? Think about the last time you stepped outside of your comfort zone. Maybe it was when you tried something new, like a new job, a new hobby, or even a new relationship. At first, it probably felt strange, maybe even overwhelming. But then something amazing happened. You got used to it. You adapted. You learned. And eventually it became part of your life, something that was once unfamiliar, but now feels natural. That's the power of change. It stretches you, it molds you, it makes you into a stronger version of yourself. And here's the key. You can't become the person you're meant to be if you keep holding on to who you are now. Growth requires change. Personal development requires embracing what's uncomfortable. It's about evolving, adapting, and pushing yourself to become a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. You might be asking, but how do I actually embrace change? The first step is acknowledging the fear and doing it anyway. Don't let fear dictate your actions. Fear is just a feeling, not a fact. It doesn't define who you are or what you're capable of. When you feel that fear, acknowledge it, but don't let it control you. Instead, use it as fuel to push forward. Start small. You don't have to take massive leaps all at once. Change doesn't have to be a giant leap. It can be a series of small steps. Take one step outside your comfort zone today, whether it's starting a new project, having a difficult conversation, or even just trying something new that scares you. Each step you take will make the next one easier. As you begin to embrace change, you'll notice something incredible happening. You'll start to build momentum. Momentum is a powerful force. When you keep pushing yourself to try new things and step outside of your comfort zone, you build confidence. You start to trust yourself more. You realize that you can handle the discomfort, that you can adapt, and that you are capable of more than you thought possible. But even as you start making progress, you must remember that failure is part of the process. There will be times when things don't go as planned. There will be moments when you fall short, when you make mistakes, or when you face setbacks, and that's okay. Failure is not the end. It's simply a lesson. Every failure brings you one step closer to success because you learn, grow, and adapt. If you never failed, you'd never know what it takes to succeed. This is where resilience comes in. It's about bouncing back when things get tough. It's about continuing to move forward even when things don't go your way. Resilience isn't about avoiding failure. It's about facing it head on and using it to fuel your next move. The more you embrace change, the stronger your resilience becomes. As you continue to push yourself, remember that change doesn't always have to be drastic. Small changes can have a huge impact. Whether it's making a simple change in your routine or trying something new in your career, these small steps compound over time to create significant progress. It's not always about big breakthroughs. It's about making consistent improvements, no matter how small they may seem. Surround yourself with people who support your growth and challenge you to keep moving forward. Your environment is key to embracing change. When you have people who encourage you to step outside your comfort zone and help you face your fears, you'll find that change becomes easier. They'll remind you of your potential when you forget it, and they'll hold you accountable when you start to doubt yourself. Embracing change requires a mindset shift. You have to start seeing change not as a threat, but as an opportunity. Opportunities for growth, for learning, for becoming better. The more you embrace change, the more you'll realize that it's not something to be feared, it's something to be celebrated, because every time you embrace change, you move closer to the person you are meant to be. Remember, growth happens outside of your comfort zone. If you keep doing the same things, you'll stay in the same place. But if you embrace change, if you push through the fear and discomfort, you'll find that the possibilities are endless. Your future is waiting for you, and the only thing standing in your way is your willingness to embrace change and take that first step. The time to move forward is now. How many times have you set a goal only to watch it slip away as time passes? Maybe you wanted to lose weight, start a new business, or even learn a new skill. You begin with excitement and motivation, but somewhere along the way, the energy fades. You fall back into old habits, and the goal feels like it's out of reach. Why does this happen? The answer lies in one of the most powerful forces you can harness: discipline. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes, often driven by feelings or circumstances, but discipline is the backbone of success. It's the quiet, steady force that pushes you forward even when motivation fades. Without discipline, even the strongest desires can remain just that, desires unfulfilled and unrealized. Think about it. How often do you hear about someone who achieved great things because they had the right tools, the perfect environment, or luck on their side? More often than not, it's the person who stuck with it day in and day out that achieves success. Consistency is key. It's about doing the work even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. You see, discipline isn't about being perfect. It's not about pushing yourself so hard that you burn out. It's about showing up, doing the work, and staying committed even when the process gets tough. It's about making the decision every single day to do what needs to be done no matter how you feel. When you practice discipline, you create habits, and habits over time shape your life. The small, consistent actions you take every day are the building blocks of success. Success isn't a one-time event. It's a daily practice. Take a moment to reflect on your own daily habits. What do you do every day without fail? Are these habits helping you get closer to your goals, or are they holding you back? It's easy to get caught up in distractions, scrolling through social media, procrastinating, or focusing on things that don't contribute to your growth. But every minute you spend on things that don't move you forward is a minute you're stealing from your future success. Here's the powerful truth. What you do consistently, even in small doses, will eventually compound into something great. Think of a small snowball rolling down a hill. At first it's small, unnoticeable, but as it continues to roll, it picks up more snow, and soon it's a force to be reckoned with. This is what happens when you consistently do the right things day in and day out. At first it might seem like you're not making progress. You might even feel like your efforts are insignificant, but over time, those small actions add up. The results will come. Discipline, in essence, is about making a decision every single day. It's about choosing the hard path in the moment, knowing that it will pay off in the long run. It's about looking at your goals and saying, even though this feels difficult right now, I know that the consistency I put into this will lead to success. Discipline isn't about short bursts of effort. It's about showing up every day, even when things aren't going well. Now, let's take a step back and ask a deeper question. Why is consistency so powerful? It all comes down to the power of habit. Habits are the automatic behaviors that shape our lives. If you wake up every morning, brush your teeth, and go for a run, eventually it will become second nature to you. It won't take willpower to do it because your habits will guide you. Habits form the foundation of your success. In fact, the secret to success is the ability to create powerful, positive habits that align with your goals. The more you repeat an action, the more it becomes ingrained in your life. But it's not just about the action itself, it's about building a mindset that supports your success. Consistency builds character. It teaches you resilience. It shows you how to push through when things are hard and how to keep going even when you don't feel like it. If you want to be successful in any area of your life, start by looking at your daily habits. Are they moving you closer to where you want to go? If not, it's time to take action. Small changes, done consistently, will move you closer to your goals. Whether it's reading for 10 minutes a day, writing down your goals every morning, or exercising just a little each day, these small habits will accumulate and lead to big results. Let's break this down further. How do you start? The first step is to set a clear, actionable goal. Don't make it vague or distant. Make it specific and realistic. Once you have your goal, break it down into small, manageable tasks. These tasks should be so simple that they almost feel effortless. The easier you make the task, the more likely you are to commit to it consistently. For example, if your goal is to read a book a month, don't pressure yourself to read an entire chapter at once. Instead, commit to reading for just 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes is doable. Over time, those minutes add up and you'll be surprised at how much you've read by the end of the month. Once you have a clear goal and manageable tasks, schedule time for them in your day. Consistency comes from routine. You don't need to wait for motivation to strike. You need to set aside time every day to work on your goal. Whether it's in the morning, during lunch, or before bed, make it a non-negotiable part of your day. As you start, remember that progress is not linear. Some days you'll feel like you're making huge strides, and other days it might feel like you're stuck. That's normal. The important thing is to keep going. When you keep showing up, even on the days you don't feel like it, you are building momentum. Momentum is the secret weapon in achieving anything. The more consistent you are, the more momentum you create, and the easier it becomes to reach your goals. You see, success isn't about talent or intelligence, it's about discipline and consistency. When you're disciplined enough to keep going even when it's tough, and consistent enough to stick with your goals day after day, you will create your own path to success. So commit to the process. Every small step you take today is an investment in your future. Your discipline today will define your success tomorrow. Remember, no matter where you are right now, you have the power to change your habits and change your life. It's all about showing up and doing the work every single day. The results will come. What's the one thing that stands between you and the life you truly want? It's your mindset. Your beliefs, thoughts, and attitudes shape everything in your life, from your personal happiness to your professional success. But here's a reality. If your mindset isn't aligned with your goals, you'll constantly find yourself struggling to move forward. Think about it. How many times have you faced a challenge and your first thought was, I can't do this? That negative thought alone sets the tone for your success. If you don't believe in your ability to achieve something, how can you expect to push through when things get tough? Your mindset determines your outcome. So the question is, how can you transform your mindset to unlock your true potential? The answer is simple yet powerful. You have to take control of your thoughts. You have to choose what you focus on. And you have to develop a mindset that supports your growth. This is not about avoiding negativity or pretending everything is perfect. It's about reframing challenges, seeing opportunities where others see obstacles, and creating the belief that you can overcome anything. The first step in mastering your mindset is to understand the power of your thoughts. Every thought you have creates an emotional response. And that emotional response drives your action. For instance, if you think about a challenge and feel fear or doubt, you'll likely avoid taking action. But if you change that thought to, this is an opportunity for growth, you will approach the challenge with a sense of excitement and curiosity rather than fear. Your thoughts shape your emotions, and your emotions shape your actions. Now, let's dive deeper into how you can shift your mindset from one of limitation to one of abundance. The first shift you need to make is changing from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. A fixed mindset is the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and talents are static. It's the belief that you're either good at something or you're not. This mindset holds you back because it makes you believe that failure is a reflection of your inability rather than an opportunity to learn. People with a fixed mindset avoid challenges because they're afraid of failing. They see setbacks as proof that they're not capable. On the other hand, a growth mindset is the belief that you can develop and improve your abilities through dedication and hard work. When you adopt this mindset, challenges become exciting. You see failures not as an end, but as part of the journey. Every setback is an opportunity to learn something new, to refine your approach, and to grow stronger. With a growth mindset, there is no such thing as failure, only feedback. So how can you begin to shift your mindset to one of growth? Start by embracing challenges. Instead of shying away from difficult situations, step into them with the belief that you will learn something valuable. Understand that challenges are the very things that help you grow. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to become better, stronger, and wiser. The key is to stop seeing these challenges as barriers and start seeing them as stepping stones. Next, focus on your self-talk. The way you talk to yourself matters more than you might realize. Are you constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough? Or are you affirming your ability to overcome obstacles and succeed? Your inner dialogue is incredibly powerful. Negative self-talk will hold you back, while positive affirmations will propel you forward. When you face a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Instead of saying, this is too hard, try saying, this is a challenge, but I can handle it. I am capable of finding a solution. Even if the solution doesn't come right away, the mindset shift alone will keep you moving forward. Resilience comes from the belief that you can handle whatever life throws your way. Another key aspect of mastering your mindset is developing a sense of gratitude. It's easy to focus on what's going wrong in your life, on what you don't have or what you still need to achieve. But gratitude shifts your perspective. It helps you see the abundance in your life, even in the midst of challenges. When you practice gratitude, you attract more of what you appreciate. It's about recognizing the small wins, the lessons you've learned, and the progress you've made. Gratitude also helps you manage stress and stay grounded. When life gets tough, take a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for. Your health, your family, the opportunities you have. This simple practice can shift your energy from one of scarcity and fear to one of abundance and possibility. Now let's talk about the role of visualization in shaping your mindset. Visualization is a powerful tool used by some of the world's most successful people. It's the practice of imagining yourself already achieving your goals. By visualizing your success, you create a mental image of what you're working toward, and that image becomes the blueprint for your actions. The key to effective visualization is to make it vivid and detailed. Picture yourself in the moment of success, whether it's walking across the stage to accept an award, closing a big deal, or achieving a personal goal. Feel the emotions associated with that success, the pride, the excitement, the satisfaction. The more real you make the experience in your mind, the more motivated you'll feel to make it a reality. Visualization works because it conditions your mind for success. Your brain doesn't know the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that actually happens. When you visualize your goals, your brain starts to recognize those goals as achievable, and it begins to look for ways to make them happen. At the same time, it's important to stay focused on the present moment. It's easy to get caught up in the future, constantly thinking about what's next or worrying about what might go wrong. But the truth is, the only moment you have control over is now. You can't change the past, and the future is uncertain, but you have the power to control what you do today. Focus on what you can do now to move closer to your goals. Mindset isn't something you change overnight. It's a daily practice. Every day you have the opportunity to decide how you want to think, how you want to feel, and how you want to show up in the world. You have the power to reshape your reality by mastering your mindset. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up with the belief that you can grow, learn, and overcome any challenge that comes your way. The truth is, everything begins with your mindset. The way you think shapes the way you live. Change the way you think, and you will change the way you live. Your potential is limitless, but it all starts with believing that you are capable of achieving greatness. When you take control of your mindset, you unlock the door to an unstoppable future. Confidence is something we all crave. It's the feeling of self-assurance that allows us to step into any situation knowing we have what it takes to succeed. But let's face it, confidence doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It's not something you're born with. It's something you build step by step through your actions. Confidence is not about being perfect. It's not about having every answer or being the best at everything you do. True confidence comes from trust in yourself, in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. It comes from the belief that no matter the outcome, you will keep moving forward. When you trust yourself, others will trust you too. The first thing you need to understand about building confidence is that it's a process, not a one-time event. Confidence is a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, every time you face something new or difficult, you're training your confidence. And the more you take action, the more confident you will become. The key to building unshakable confidence is taking action despite your fears. The biggest barrier to confidence is often the fear of failure. We're afraid of messing up, of looking foolish, or of not measuring up. But here's the truth. Everyone feels fear. It's a natural response to stepping into the unknown. The difference is some people let that fear control them, while others use it as fuel to push forward. Think about it. When was the last time you did something that scared you? Maybe it was speaking in front of a crowd, starting a new project, or even having a difficult conversation. How did you feel before taking that step? Nervous? Uncertain? Maybe even terrified? But then, once you took action, you realized it wasn't as bad as you thought. And more importantly, you felt proud of yourself. That's where confidence is born. From the courage to take action despite your doubts. If you want to build confidence, the first thing you need to do is stop waiting for the perfect moment. There will never be a time when everything is perfectly aligned. If you wait until you feel completely ready, you'll be waiting forever. Confidence doesn't come before action, it comes because of action. The more you take action, the more your confidence will grow. Start small, break your big goals into smaller, manageable steps. If you're scared of public speaking, don't start by giving a TED Talk. Start by speaking in front of a small group of friends, or even by talking to yourself in the mirror. As you accomplish these smaller tasks, your confidence will build, and soon enough, you'll be ready to take on the next challenge. Confidence is built one small success at a time. Another powerful tool for building confidence is positive self-talk. We are our own harshest critics. We beat ourselves up for every mistake and often tell ourselves we're not good enough. But this negative self-talk only reinforces our doubts and insecurities. If you want to build confidence, you need to change the way you talk to yourself. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, think, I may not know everything, but I will figure it out. When you make a mistake, don't say, I failed. Instead, say, I learned something valuable today. Every time you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, replace it with a more supportive and empowering thought. The more you practice this, the more confident you'll feel. Visualization is another tool you can use to build confidence. Imagine yourself succeeding in the situations you find intimidating. If you have an important meeting, picture yourself walking in confidently, speaking with clarity, and leaving feeling proud of your performance. The more you visualize success, the more you will start to believe it's possible. Your brain begins to accept these positive images as real possibilities, which in turn boosts your confidence. But it's not just about mental exercises. Physical presence plays a huge role in confidence. You may have heard the phrase, fake it till you make it, and while that sounds like a cliche, there's truth to it. Your body language has a direct impact on your mind. When you stand tall, make eye contact, and speak clearly, your body starts to send signals to your brain that you are confident and capable. Try this. Stand up straight, take a deep breath, and smile. Even if you're feeling nervous or insecure, this simple change in posture can make you feel more confident. Your body and mind are deeply connected, so changing your physical state can lead to an immediate shift in how you feel. Consistency is key. Building confidence doesn't happen overnight. It's something you must work on every single day. The more consistent you are in taking action, practicing positive self-talk, and visualizing success, the stronger your confidence will become. There will be days when you feel like you've taken a step back, but don't let that discourage you. Every setback is a chance to learn and grow. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. One of the most powerful ways to boost your confidence is to surround yourself with people who support and uplift you. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose your circle wisely. When you're surrounded by people who believe in you, who encourage you, and who challenge you to be your best, your confidence naturally increases. But equally important is learning to believe in yourself, even when others don't. Confidence comes from within, and external validation can only take you so far. The most confident people are those who trust their own abilities regardless of the opinions of others. Building unshakable confidence isn't about avoiding failure. It's about embracing failure as part of the process. Each failure teaches you something valuable, and each lesson learned makes you stronger. Confidence grows through action, persistence, and the belief that you can handle whatever comes your way. So, if you want to develop unshakable confidence, remember this. Start taking action no matter how small. Change your self-talk, visualize your success, and focus on progress, not perfection. You have everything inside you to succeed, and each step you take will only bring you closer to the confident, unstoppable person you're meant to be. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's a result of small, consistent actions that accumulate over time. If you've ever tried to achieve something meaningful, you know that it takes more than just motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but what truly drives progress is consistency and discipline. You see, motivation is like the spark that gets you started. It's the excitement you feel when you first set a goal, but what happens when that initial excitement fades? What keeps you going when things get tough? When obstacles arise, or when you're feeling tired and defeated? That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is what pushes you forward when motivation runs out. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's about sticking to your plan, sticking to your routine, and staying focused on your end goal, no matter how difficult or discouraging the journey may be. And here's the truth. Achieving anything worthwhile requires this kind of commitment. Think about your daily habits. Consistency is in the little things you do every day, even when no one is watching. Whether it's waking up early to work on your passion, making healthier choices, or putting in extra effort to improve at something, those small actions compound over time. The power of consistency lies in its ability to build momentum. It's not about doing something once and expecting big results. It's about repeating the right actions day in and day out, creating a snowball effect that leads to massive success. Let's break it down. Imagine you want to get fit and healthy. You might have a goal of losing weight, building muscle, or just improving your overall well-being. At first, you might feel excited about the idea of hitting the gym or eating healthier, but after a few days or weeks, the excitement starts to fade. Maybe you feel sore, or you're too tired to work out. The temptation to skip a workout or indulge in unhealthy food becomes stronger. But here's the thing, if you give in to that temptation, you lose the progress you've made. Consistency means showing up even when you don't feel like it. It means pushing through the discomfort, knowing that each workout, each healthy meal is another step toward your goal. Discipline is what helps you push through those difficult moments, and over time, your body and mind adapt. The results may not be immediate, but the key is staying consistent. The same principle applies to every area of your life. Whether you're working on a career, learning a new skill, or building a business, consistency is what will get you where you want to go. You might not see huge changes overnight, but when you stick to your plan and continue taking small steps toward your goal, you'll start to notice progress. It's the consistent effort over time that builds success, not the sudden bursts of motivation that come and go. Discipline isn't about being perfect, it's about persistence. You'll make mistakes, you'll face setbacks, and there will be times when you want to quit. But those moments of struggle are a part of the process. The key is to keep going. Success is often just on the other side of those challenges, and if you can stay disciplined even when things are tough, you'll find that your efforts will eventually pay off. One of the most important aspects of consistency and discipline is having a clear, actionable plan. It's easy to say you want to achieve something, but without a roadmap, it's hard to stay on track. Having a plan gives you direction, and it helps you measure your progress. A plan also allows you to break down your larger goals into smaller, more manageable tasks, making it easier to stay focused and consistent. Think about a big goal, like writing a book or starting a business. If you try to tackle everything at once, it can feel overwhelming. But if you break it down into smaller, bite-sized tasks, writing 1 page a day or researching one aspect of your business each week, it becomes more achievable. With a clear plan in place, consistency becomes easier. You know exactly what needs to be done, and you can take action every day, no matter how small, to make progress toward your goal. Another important aspect of consistency is tracking your progress. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results, but when you track your efforts, you can see just how far you've come. Whether you use a journal, an app, or a spreadsheet, keeping track of your progress helps you stay motivated. It reminds you that your consistent efforts are leading to something meaningful. But consistency isn't just about doing something every day. It's also about making sure that what you're doing is aligned with your goals. It's not enough to be busy. You need to be busy doing the right things. This is where discipline comes into play. Discipline means focusing on what truly matters, even if it's uncomfortable or requires sacrifice. It means saying no to distractions, avoiding procrastination, and prioritizing your long-term vision over short-term pleasure. Another powerful tool in building consistency is creating a routine. When you have a routine, your actions become automatic. You don't have to waste energy deciding what to do each day or feeling overwhelmed by the amount of work ahead. A routine helps you stay disciplined because it removes the need for constant decision-making. The more you make your actions a habit, the less mental energy you have to spend on them, allowing you to focus on what really matters. Incorporating rest and recovery into your routine is also essential for maintaining consistency and discipline. Rest doesn't mean slacking off. It means taking the time to recharge so you can keep going at your best. Burnout happens when you push yourself too hard without taking breaks. By balancing hard work with rest, you'll be able to sustain your efforts over the long haul. At the end of the day, the difference between those who achieve their goals and those who don't isn't talent, luck, or circumstance. It's the ability to stay consistent, to keep working toward your goals, even when it's hard. Discipline and consistency are the foundation of success. When you commit to showing up every day, to staying focused and persistent, you will achieve what you set out to do. So, take action, stay disciplined, and trust in the process. Your consistency will carry you to success one step at a time. Fear and doubt are two of the most common obstacles people face when working toward their goals. They're like invisible walls that hold you back, keeping you from taking the next step. Everyone experiences fear, whether it's fear of failure, fear of rejection, or even fear of success. The key to overcoming fear is understanding that it doesn't have to control you. Instead of letting it stop you, you can use it as fuel to propel you forward. Fear often arises from the unknown. It's the fear of things we can't predict or control, and that uncertainty is uncomfortable. It's easy to get stuck in the what ifs, imagining worst case scenarios that haven't even happened yet. But the truth is, fear is often based on our imagination, not reality. In fact, most of the things we fear never actually come to pass. So when fear starts creeping in, take a moment to remind yourself, this fear isn't real, it's just a thought. But even when fear is based on something real, like the possibility of failure, it doesn't mean you should let it paralyze you. Failure is not the end of the road, it's part of the process. Every successful person has failed at some point. What sets them apart isn't that they never failed, but that they didn't let failure define them. They learned from their mistakes, adapted, and kept going. Failure is simply feedback. It tells you what didn't work so you can try again with more knowledge and experience. When you face doubt, it's easy to lose confidence in your abilities. You start questioning if you're good enough or if you're capable of achieving your dreams. But doubt is not a reflection of your true potential. It's a natural reaction to challenging situations. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is the ability to push through doubt. The most successful people are often the ones who had the most doubts, but they chose to keep moving forward anyway. One powerful way to combat fear and doubt is to break your goals into smaller, more manageable steps. When the big picture feels overwhelming, focusing on smaller tasks makes everything feel more achievable. Instead of thinking about how far you have to go, focus on the next step in front of you. Each small win will build your confidence and help quiet the doubts. And as you continue to make progress, you'll realize that the fear was just a barrier that can be overcome, one step at a time. Another way to confront fear and doubt is to surround yourself with positivity. Who you spend time with and what you expose yourself to can have a huge impact on your mindset. You're constantly around people who are negative or discouraging, it will be harder to maintain a positive outlook. But when you surround yourself with those who uplift you, who believe in you, it's easier to stay motivated and confident. The people you allow into your life should encourage your growth, not reinforce your doubts. The environment you create for yourself also plays a big role. If you fill your space with reminders of your goals, progress, and successes, it can help shift your mindset. Whether it's a vision board, inspirational quotes, or a journal where you track your accomplishments, creating a physical reminder of why you're doing what you're doing can push you forward. When fear and doubt threaten to derail you, these reminders can pull you back on track. It's also important to remember that fear and doubt don't go away just because you face them once. Overcoming fear is a continuous process. There will always be moments when you feel uncertain or scared, but the key is not to avoid these feelings, but to move forward in spite of them. The more you face fear, the less power it has over you. Each time you confront it, you become stronger and more confident. Over time, you'll realize that fear is just another emotion you can handle, like any other. One way to make this process easier is to reframe your thoughts. Instead of seeing fear and doubt as obstacles, try to see them as opportunities for growth. When you feel afraid or unsure, ask yourself, what is this fear trying to teach me? Every challenge you face is an opportunity to learn something new about yourself and your capabilities. Instead of running from fear, lean into it. It's often the discomfort that leads to the greatest personal growth. One of the most effective tools for overcoming doubt is to shift your focus away from perfectionism. The desire to do everything perfectly can hold you back from even starting. The truth is, perfection doesn't exist, and trying to achieve it can lead to frustration and burnout. Instead of focusing on being perfect, the more you act, the more you'll learn, and the closer you'll get to your goal. Trusting yourself is also a crucial part of overcoming fear and doubt. You have all the tools you need inside you. Often doubt arises because we don't trust our own abilities. We question whether we have what it takes to succeed, but the reality is you are capable of far more than you give yourself credit for. Trust that you have the strength, creativity, and resilience to overcome whatever challenges come your way. As you continue on your journey, celebrate your wins, no matter how small they may seem. Every achievement, no matter how minor, is proof that you're moving in the right direction. Recognizing these wins helps quiet the doubt and reinforce the belief that you're capable. Fear and doubt will always try to sneak in, but when you have a track record of success, it becomes easier to ignore them. Fear and doubt are natural, but they don't define who you are or what you're capable of. When you choose to face them head on, you realize they are nothing more than obstacles in your path. The real challenge is not whether you experience fear or doubt, but how you respond to them. By taking action, trusting yourself, and staying focused on your goals, you can turn those fears into fuel for success. In the journey towards success, one of the most powerful tools at your disposal is consistency. Success is not about one big leap. It's about taking small, consistent steps toward your goals. The truth is, most people get discouraged by the lack of immediate results. They expect quick success, but what they fail to realize is that true success is built over time through repeated actions and persistence. Think about it. When you commit to something every single day, even if it's just a small effort, you'll eventually see massive results. Consistency is what turns ordinary actions into extraordinary outcomes. It's not about being perfect every time, but about showing up and putting in the work day after day. Over time, these small efforts compound, creating a snowball effect that brings you closer to your dreams. It's easy to get distracted by the highs and lows that come with pursuing your goals. You might feel like giving up when you don't see results right away. But real success comes when you learn to embrace the process, not just the outcome. The journey is just as important as the destination. Consistency helps you stay focused on the process, even when the results are not immediately visible. It teaches you patience, resilience, and the value of steady progress. One of the main reasons people fail to achieve success is because they expect too much too soon. They put in a burst of effort, but when they don't see instant rewards, they give up. This cycle of starting and stopping is what holds many people back. But real success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and most importantly, consistency. You need to trust the process and understand that each small step you take, no matter how insignificant it may seem at the moment, is building the foundation for something greater. Consistency also breeds confidence. The more you practice something, the better you get at it, and the more you believe in your abilities. When you're consistent, you start to develop a sense of mastery. This, in turn, boosts your self-esteem and motivates you to keep going. The act of showing up, even on the days you don't feel like it, sends a powerful message to yourself that you're committed to your goals. That's how habits are built, and habits are the secret to long-term success. But consistency isn't just about action, it's about quality as well. Showing up every day is important, but it's equally important to show up with focus and determination. It's not just about putting in time, it's about putting in the right kind of time. You need to give your best effort, even if it's for a small amount of time. A consistent effort that's driven by intention and purpose will always yield better results than mindlessly going through the motions. Another benefit of consistency is that it helps you stay accountable to yourself. When you commit to a regular routine, you hold yourself to a higher standard. Accountability doesn't just come from others, it comes from within. By sticking to your commitments, you build trust in your own abilities. Every day that you show up and put in the work, you reinforce the belief that you can do this. And this self-trust is vital when it comes to achieving long-term success. You might be wondering, how do you stay consistent when life gets in the way? The truth is, there will always be obstacles, distractions, and moments of doubt, but the key is to keep going despite the setbacks. Success isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about learning how to push through them. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means doing your best even when circumstances are tough. It's about understanding that life will throw you curveballs, but your ability to adapt and keep moving forward is what truly defines your success. One way to make consistency easier is to set up systems that support your efforts. This could be as simple as creating a schedule, setting daily goals, or tracking your progress. By creating routines and habits that work for you, you make consistency easier to maintain. You don't have to rely on willpower alone. A system that reinforces your commitment will help you stay on track, even when motivation wanes. Consistency also creates momentum. When you keep showing up, even on the tough days, you start to build momentum. This momentum makes it easier to keep going even when the road gets rough. The more consistent you are, the less energy you have to spend forcing yourself to take action. The habit becomes ingrained and it feels less like work and more like second nature. But it's important to remember that consistency isn't just about grinding endlessly. It's about balance. You need to be consistent in a way that works for you, not in a way that drains you. Rest, reflection, and self-care are also key components of maintaining consistency. Pushing yourself too hard without allowing time for recovery can lead to burnout. Success isn't about working non-stop. It's about creating a sustainable routine that allows you to make consistent progress without compromising your well-being. So how do you stay consistent even when it gets hard? One of the best ways is to focus on your why. Remember why you started in the first place. Keep your vision in front of you and let it fuel your motivation. When you have a strong sense of purpose, it's easier to push through the tough times and stay on course. Your why is the anchor that keeps you grounded, even when the waves of doubt and difficulty threaten to knock you off track. Lastly, remember that success is a journey, not a destination. The process of being consistent, of showing up every day, is where growth happens. It's where you learn about yourself, your strengths, and your ability to overcome challenges. The goal isn't just to reach the finish line, it's to evolve along the way. Each day you commit to consistency is the day you grow stronger, wiser, and closer to achieving your ultimate vision. As you continue your journey, stay focused on the small, consistent actions you can take every day. These are the actions that over time will lead to the success you desire. Keep putting in the effort, stay patient, and trust that your consistent actions will eventually pay off. Success doesn't come from big, dramatic moments. It comes from the small, quiet victories you achieve every day. And those victories, over time, add up to something far greater than you ever imagined.